Hello, everybody. Hi, loves. So I'm here because I'm doing a 2 episode live, and the 2 episode live is going to be here on YouTube Live, and then we are switching off to Beagle Live. So today is going to be episode 1 of Loose from Bondage, and the second episode is going to be on Beagle Live. Beagle Live. My Beagle ID is CANDIBORL 69, Candy Roll 69, and I encourage you to come join me on Beagle Live for the next episode, which is tomorrow, actually. So it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So thank you guys. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being amazing and wonderful. And we are going to get right into it. Because, when we think about this, it can be difficult for us to see and understand that breaking and that bondage, of things that we deal with or not. And actually recognizing that we deal with those things. So that's what we're going to get into today. I'm going to switch my music up a little bit again. This is episode 1 of Loose from Bondage. Episode 1 will be here on YouTube, and the second episode is actually going to be I record straight from Beagle Live for every single one of my motivations. So welcome. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Love you. I love you 100,000 times. I love you 100,000 times. Hope everyone had an amazing, wonderful, beautiful day today, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. I don't care what you're going through, what you're dealing with, all that. You deserve to have an awesome and beautiful and amazing day. So let's get into it. Right? You have to first understand how amazing you are. Right? And understanding how amazing you are. Amazing. I'm talking about amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want you guys to, I'm going to step into something a little bit before we start. And that is really being able to share this with everybody. Okay, great. Yes. All right. So before we talk about this Loose from Bondage episode 1, I want you to close your eyes. We're going to do a kind of releasing before we listen to this word. And what it basically does is it helps us to free our mind from any worries or troubles or things that we're dealing with. That way, what we have to hear, we can really hear it, and it can really touch us and make an impact. So what I want you to do first is I need you to close your eyes, and I need you to take deep breaths. Okay? So close your eyes, breathe in, and breathe out. So close your eyes, breathe in, going to breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And when you're closing your eyes, I want you to just really embrace, and I want you to feel the emptiness. Okay? So you're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to feel emptiness. And when I say emptiness, I don't want you to be thinking about nothing. I just want you to listen. As you breathe in and breathe out and close your eyes, I want you to listen to the sounds. Listen to the sound. Hear the rhythm. And hear the rhythm of your breath. So what you're trying to do is really tap into your natural, organic sound, your organic sound, your organic vibration. And the way that happens is us breathing in and out, in and out. Close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. As you relax, and the more you breathe in and out, is the lighter that you feel. Every breath in and every breath out, your body feels lighter. Every breath in and every breath out, your body feels lighter. So breathe in, breathe out. We're just doing some meditation exercises before we go into, yay, Wanda! We're doing some meditation exercises before we go into motivation, and it helps to put our mind in a safe place. It helps to put our mind in this judgment-free zone. So I want you to really close your eyes, and I want you to listen to the sound as you breathe in and out. Okay? Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And each and every breath makes you feel lighter. Breathe in and breathe out. Because what we're breathing out is the heaviness. It could be grief. We're breathing out grief. We're breathing out worry. Breathe in and breathe out. We're breathing out self-doubt, those insecurities. And sometimes it could just be the day. Just breathing in and breathing out and releasing everything that you felt from that day. The heaviness from the day, the heaviness from the week, the heaviness from the month. And you breathe in and breathe out. And you want your eyes closed because you want to focus on that breath. You want to focus on your rhythm. Every time that you go to meditate, you want to find your rhythm. You have to tap into your frequency. For you to tap into your frequency so there can be an exchange. And that exchange could be energy being released out and energy being released in. So close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. Every time you breathe in and breathe out, you're going to be more free, lighter. You're leaving things behind. You're shedding those things that you've been carrying. You're feeling that lightness. You're feeling the lifting. You feel as if you just, when went shopping and carried all your bags inside the house, and when you release those bags, that's how you're feeling, that same release feeling. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Close your eyes. We welcome right now, we welcome change. As we release this heaviness, we welcome change. We welcome courage. We welcome wisdom. We welcome understanding. We welcome growth. We welcome greater knowledge. We welcome the self-love. We welcome this ever-evolving journey towards our destiny, related to our divinity. We welcome it all. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. So now I would like you to open your eyes and embrace that energy. Smile, feel the lightness. And that's how you always want to start before you're listening to a motivation or you're going to do your affirmations. You really want to open your spirit up and open your energy up to receive what is being said. A lot of times affirmations can be said but not prepared. Affirmations are awesome, but you never want the affirmations to ever be a type of repetitive, kind of like listening to a story or listening to somebody read. You don't want it to feel like that. Every word, when I say I am powerful, I will make it. When I say these affirmation words in the mirror, I need to feel that energy. I don't just want to hear it. So that's why it's so important to prepare yourself. You want to prepare yourself for affirmation. You want to clear your mind. You want to release certain things so that you can bring in stuff. The reason why the affirmations are hard, the reason why we may feel like it's not working, is because we are not allowing to have space to release the things that we have so we can make room for this greater energy. And if we can't make room for that greater energy, then we're not able to house it. And that's what affirmations do. It starts bringing in this new great energy. And we have to get rid of the energy that we're already carrying, because the affirmations is bringing power to us. And we want to release those things that's not giving us power, to release the things that are holding us back. Okay. All right. So I'm super excited for this motivation. And this motivation right now it's called Loose from Bondage. Again, it is a 2-part. We have 1 episode here on YouTube, and the 2nd episode is going to be live on Bigo. You can download the Bigo app, Bigo Live, and I will be going on Bigo tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and we will be doing the episode 2, part 2 of this Loose from Bondage. So first, I would like to say I love everybody, and we're going to switch the music up because we're going to step into some healing. We're going to step into a greater type of meditation. This greater type of meditation is actual motivation, listening and understanding and learning new things about ourselves and things like that. Yes, Thank you, Juana. Yeah, so I am super excited. It is a wonderful and great thing to be free. It's a wonderful and great thing to be free. I mean, we can think back in our lives in times that we feel like we was held down, times that we felt like we was the one that had the chains on us, and we were the one that was being locked down. The times that we felt like we were in the jail, that we were not able to do or think or speak or do anything of our free will because it was bound by something. That's deep. You know, it was bound by something. And I'm not just saying someone, but it can be something that binds us, that puts us in a place to feel the chains around our feet, feel the chains around our wrists, and feel like we're being locked down. That thing that's binding us is not allowing us to be free. And we want to be free. We want to be free to live the life that the Most High has called for us, to live that life and live that destiny that He has prepared. But what brings us to this place of feeling so heavy and feeling so locked down and having these okay, love. What? Yes. Okay. How did we get here? You know, when we talk about being loose from bondage, like I'm saying, we all can remember a time that we were not free. And you know, some of us can also even say that I don't even feel like I ever became free. I still feel like something's holding me back. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to figure it out. And the way we can understand that we feel like this is because every time we're trying to move forward, it doesn't feel like we're moving anywhere. And every time we decide to start saving money, or we decide to start doing something right, as soon as we start doing something right, it feels like 100 things go wrong. And with the 100 things that go wrong, with those 100 things that go wrong, it doesn't feel like it was worth it. It feels like I'm in the hamster wheel. It feels like I keep going in the same direction, but nothing is happening. So when we talk about loose from bondage, there's one thing that there's a parable that talks about a man who asked about elephants. And the man who asked about these elephants was very surprised that these full adult-sized elephants, full-grown elephants, were staying in one spot, even though their one leg was tied to a small, very small rope. The rope that's so tiny that they could break out because the elephants are so strong, but they did not move and they did not leave. So the man wanted to know and asked the owners, well, how and why does these elephants not leave? Why don't they break out? Why don't they're not tied to anything. It's just a small rope. They could break it easily. How do they stay? And he said that when they were young, he had the same rope tied to their foot. And they tried to break out, but they couldn't because it was not strong enough. You know, it's deep. And, you know, the rope is attached to the bottom of their foot. And the owner always kept it the same size. But the elephants weren't the same size, but the bondage was. And because the bondage was, they were conditioned to believe that they can't. They were conditioned to believe that they cannot get out because of what they were used to. And it's something, because when we think about the things that we have been, and my question to you, King and Queens, is what rope has you stuck? What rope has you believing that you can't get out? What rope has you stuck in not believing that you can't get out, so much so that you don't even try? So much so that you don't even try. So what rope is it? Is it a rope that you're chained by your past mistakes? Are you chained by your childhood dramas? You could be bound by your emotional baggage, things that you have dealt with, things that you are feeling. A lot of people are bound by pain. What else? What is it? Are we limited? Are we bound by our limiting beliefs? I only believe but so much. And not just about life, but most of all about myself. The limiting beliefs that have you buying into the lies about yourself. What rope keeps you stuck? What rope keeps you stuck in them, even though you grow and even though you see your beauty and you see your elevation, but you still don't move? What keeps you in the place that even when you can see that you're strong enough, you still stay in the bondage? Even when you see yourself strong enough, you still stay as if you cannot fight it or beat it or move. We come to a place that we have a mentality where we say, there's no use fighting this. It's always going to be like it. It's always going to be like this. What's the use of fighting? This is how it is. What's the use of fighting? This is how it is. What's deep is the elephant had dealt with something when they were a child, trying to leave and being attached to this rope that they fought and fought to be free, and they could never be free. So they dealt with it as a child with a child's mind, and they could not conquer this thing. But as they get older, they don't even try anymore. You are more than the person you were when you went through the trauma. You are more than, you are a greater person today than who you was then. The sad thing at the end of the day is if you believe that it won't change, then it won't. If you believe that it will never change, it won't. Because when we come to a place to understand who we are and who is ours, then we know that it has to turn around for me. It has to turn around for me. There's no way that it's always going to be like this. It can't always be like this. This is not what my life was promised. This is not who I'm supposed to be. This is not how I'm supposed to be. Understanding that. But are we able to come to a place to break out of what has been conditioned? Conditions can come through from our generations. Generational curses. The things that we've dealt with in our families. The things our mother has dealt with. The things our father has dealt with. The things our family deals with. The same generational curses, the same thing. Well, my great-great-grandmother was cheated on, and my great-grandmother was cheated on, and my grandmother was cheated on, and my mother was cheated on, so I'm being cheated on. And it's the same thing. My great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy was cheating and got cheated on, and it goes down and down in a line, and we choose to accept these things where we're still accepting that same size rope. We're accepting a rope from someone that did not design the journey. We're accepting the rope from other people that are holding or held us captive. We're accepting what they feel and what we should do, right? I'm sick and tired, and I'm going to come to a place that I do not want other people to live my life for me. I will live my life. I will live my life myself. I will live my life myself. No longer will I allow other people to run me. No longer will I allow other people to tell me what to do. No longer will I allow other people to be my master. And listen, let's go deeper than that. And no longer will I allow other things to run my life. I won't allow this trauma to run my life. I will not allow doubt to run my life. I won't allow this pain or this fear to run my life. I will not. I'm not going to allow it. It's not going to happen. When we come to a place to stand for who we are, right? When we come to a place to stand for who we are, when we come to a place to say, you know what, I don't got it all together, but I don't deserve this, or care what they think anymore, right? Because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I want you to hear this. At the end of the day, our positive thoughts about ourselves, listen to this. At the end of the day, our positive thoughts about self has to be louder than other people's negative ones. It has to be louder. Because what happens is if their negative thoughts are louder than our positive ones for ourselves, then it will always be drowned. We will never hear what we have to say. We will always listen to what other people are saying about us or according to our life. When are you going to take your power back and live your life? I got news for you. You can live your life. You can live your life and mess up, and it's okay. Do not let anyone ever make you feel any different. We come to a place where we feel like we can't make mistakes, or we feel like we're not good enough, and that's why we allow other people to run and live our lives for themselves and not for us. We allow other people to run our life. We allow other people to live our own life. What do you mean by that, Annie Marie? I'm talking about, what do you mean by that, Candy? I'm talking about when we allow people to tell us what to do and we have nothing to say. When you come to a place where everything you do, you have to consider what someone else is thinking. How stressful is that type of life? How stressful is a life of always worrying about what somebody else is going to say, what someone else is thinking? I mean, I don't know if I should wear this because maybe they don't like it. I don't know if I should hang out at this time because maybe they might have something to say. I don't know if I should say this at work because maybe then they might see at me another way. How are we living our life on eggshells? That's not living. It's not living when we consider someone else more than we do ourselves. And that's so real. It's not living when we consider other people more than we do consider ourselves. And it doesn't matter who that person is. Some of us have our children. Yeah, come on, Juana. Some of us have our children running our life. Some of us have our significant others running our life. Some of us have our bosses running our life. Every 2 seconds, we got to look at the phone. Every 2 seconds, we're jumping up out of bed. Every 2 seconds, we're running to make sure they're good. Every 2 seconds, we're thinking about them, texting them, calling them, making sure that everything's good so our job could be good. Whose life is it? If we're doing that to somebody, then who is actually running your life, you or them? When we talk about loose from bondage, some of us are living a life of bondage. And that's just one way of bondage, a way that we care about other people's thoughts than we do our own. We're bound. We're bound to their every words. We're bound to their feelings. Oh, that part. I can remember it so clear when we're so attached to somebody that we're bound to their feelings. And what do we say? Feelings change like the wind. Imagine being bound to the wind. Come on, thank you, Most High. That's that's a that's a stressful life. That's a rough life. Every second pulling this way and that way and left and right, forward and back, and you always going in different directions. How can you ever be still to hear his voice? Forget what they're saying. He said, be still and know that I am God. That's what he said. He said that I will speak to you in a small, still voice. Well, how can we hear him? How can we hear him? How can we hear him when we're listening to everyone else? We have to make sure that our positive thoughts are greater than other people's negative ones. The reason why I say that is because once we take our positive thoughts and we get around someone else and they start spewing out these negative thoughts. Hi, love. Hey, Tina. Once we start getting around people and hear them start spewing out their negative thoughts about us, we no longer even hear our positive thoughts about ourselves, right? What do you mean by that? What I mean is that what happens, we sit there and we go and we're happy and we're excited because we're starting our new business. And we have everything planned out and we got our LLC name and we're happy, and we go over our friend's house and we say, I made my own LLC name. I'm super happy because I got my own business starting. And we do all that, and then what happens? How are you going to start it? Who's going to watch your kids? You don't even have money. You can't even afford your rent right now. How did you get your LLC? You could mess up everything because you probably did it wrong. And they start doing all this stuff, and then we start shrinking, we start listening, we start hearing, and no longer do we have these positive thoughts about ourselves. We have to come to a place to have greater positive thoughts than other people's negative ones. You could talk to me negative all you want. You could tell me that my business isn't going to start. You could tell me I ain't got the money. You could tell me I ain't got the time. You could tell me I got too many kids. You could tell me that I don't got an education. You could tell me that my background ain't going to work out. You could tell me a whole lot of stuff. But honey, what I know is what I know. And I said that I'm going to have this business. And if I speak things in the atmosphere, they can happen. I will manifest this thing in spite of. I will not put my energy in the negative things, but I will put them in the positive things. And when we do something like that, that's when we come to a place right there. That's when we come to a place to have our positive thoughts louder than other people's negative thoughts. That's a place of freedom. That's a place where we loose from this bondage. Why? We're loosing from the bondage because we're understanding who we are. I understand that I don't got it all together, but it's mine. That part. I understand that I don't have everything and I don't do it perfect, but it's mine. I understand that I am not perfect. I am completely imperfect, but it is still mine. I still have power. I still have destiny. I still have greatness. You know what something is? I don't have it all together and I do make mistakes and I'm not perfect, but guess what? I'm created in his image. Ooh, I'm created in his image. And he said, I shall do greater things than him. So you know what? My shortcomings don't matter because he will fill every shortcoming. He will make it work for me. But when we understand that, I will always be free. Why? Because he set me free. I can't be in bondage. The deep part about it is that our destiny calls us to be free because he has set us free. Now listen to how deep this is. We could even be in bondage and still increase. What? We could even be in bondage and still increase. That is amazing. Why? Because it's who we are. It's what we're supposed to be. It's what we're supposed to do. Our blessings and our destiny is not contingent on our mistakes. So we are free. Who the Lord says free is free indeed. Right? We are free. You can put me in chains. You can put me in the jail. I'm still free, honey. You can say this. You can say that. I'm still free, honey. You can say that I'm in debt and this and that. I'm still free, honey. You can say that I have horrible relationships. I'm still free, honey. It doesn't matter because I'm free. I'm free from this bondage. His hand rests there is freedom. You can be freed from bondage and healed from brokenness, and I'm full of joy. Be free with the Spirit of the Lord our God. Where his hand rests, there is freedom. Anytime I'm in him, I'm free. The part that starts getting hard and the part that starts getting tricky is when we step out of his will. That's when we fall in a place of bondage. But the deep part about it is he loves us so much, he will always leave us free. Our spirit will always be free. And as long as your spirit is free, then I will get out of the relationship. I will get out of the bondage. I will get out of this place. And how do we do that thing? We gotta come to a place to decide to have a new normal. A new normal. What our life and what we dealt with, when we look at our destiny and look where we're supposed to be compared to what we have experienced, it doesn't match. And it doesn't match. And it not matching, you know what? It puts us in a place that we have been living the abnormal. It's not normal to hurt. It's not normal to be abused mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's not. It's not normal to be abused. It's not normal to deal with lies. It's not normal to deal with doubt. It's not normal to deal with fear. And what I mean is not just dealing with it. It's not normal to live it. Live it every single day, 24/7 in fear. Every single day, 24/7 with anxiety. Every single day, 24/7 with stress. No, that's bondage. That's bondage. No, we wasn't called for that. We have to think and really sit back and come to a place to decide a new norm. What rope is keeping you being stuck? What is your rope? Like I said, your rope could be that emotional bondage. Your rope could be those past mistakes. Your rope could be the childhood traumas. Your rope could be the limited beliefs. Limited beliefs is like, I'm not good enough. Believing the lies of other people have said about you. What is the rope to your bondage? Regret. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Man, if I'd have did this way, it'd have been different. No, when we understand everything is orchestrated by his hand. If everything is orchestrated by his hand, then what I understand that it will work out for me. It won't always be like this. He'll perfect that concerning needed. Sooner or later, will turn in my favor. Sooner or later, it's going to turn in your favor. When I understand that, I can't be here. I can't stay in this bondage. I'm too great for my bondage. I'm too great for my bondage. The chains that hold me down is nothing compared to my destiny. The chains that hold me down is nothing compared to my purpose. It's exactly like the elephant. The elephant is so large, but the bondage is so small, and that's what we have to see, the bigger picture. The more that we are thank you, Most High, the more that we are in our mind, just like the elephant was in their mind, they believe that they cannot break out. The more we are in our mind, the more that we are doubting, questioning, trying to figure it out, trying to get to it, trying to do everything ourselves. The more that we are in our mind, we stay stuck, just like the elephant. But when we look outside the box and somebody's looking from the outside, I need you guys to follow me for a second. Follow me for a second. The elephant is an adult and does not move with the same bounds and bondage and rope that it had since it was a baby. That means that the elephant can get out. Now, take a journey with me. The adult elephant is in their mind. In their mind, they understand that they cannot break this rope because they tried when they were a child. So in their mind, you see, in their mind. So when we stay in our mind, we stay in the same place. When we stay in our mind, we stay in the bondage. When we stay in our mind, we don't believe that we can break free. When we stay in our mind, we say, no, there's no use of fighting. It's always going to be like this. That's when we stay in our mind. But what happens when we look outside the box? When you step back and look at an elephant tied to such a small rope and say that elephant could easily leave and they're not leaving, it looks so strange. How would you look and how would you feel if you stepped outside and looked outside of how your life looks out on the outside? How would you feel about your life if you stepped outside of the box and had a wide open view of it? Would you be looking at yourself and saying, why don't you just move? This don't make no sense. Would you be saying the same thing that the man is saying in the parables when you look outside the box of your life? And say like, you don't even gotta stay there. What are you doing? The same thing. So we got to get out of our mind and step outside the box and look at an open view. Look at the open view of our life. The open view of our life is that you are more than your bondage. The open view of your life is you are greater than your bondage. Your bondage is not greater than you. The more you stick into your mind is the more you feel your bondage is greater than you. But when you step outside the box, you can see how small the bondage is, that it's nothing close to who you are. It's not bigger than you. It can't hold you down. I won't be conditioned anymore. I'm not going to be conditioned to believe that I'm not good enough. My whole life was set up that way. Ever since I went to school, ever since I dealt with my parents, ever since I did this, ever since I dealt with my family, ever since I dealt with friends, it made me feel like my life is not good enough. I have been conditioned to feel this depletion of what my value is. For my life, every experience has led me to a place to believe I'm not good enough. My relationship being messed up, I'm not good enough. I didn't get the position, I'm not good enough. I was molested as a child, I'm not good enough. I was abused as a child, I'm not good enough. I was abandoned as a child, I'm not good enough. I was hurt as a child, I'm not good enough. And we go on and we don't feel like we're good enough. But when it comes to a place to deal with a new normal, not the normal that you know, that the doubt and the questions and the mistakes and all that overcrowd your mind. No, a new normal that you no longer feel that abnormal that you think is normal. You don't feel it anymore. Come to a place to break free from shame, insecurity, all those things like that. It's not impossible. It is not impossible. When, hey beautiful. I love. Yes, Juana. Rich evening to everyone. I love you guys so much. This is Loose from Bondage episode 1, which is here live on YouTube. Episode 2 will be live on Bigo. Episode 2 will be live on Bigo tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Episode 2. So yeah, stay tuned. So break free from that shame. Break free from that insecurity. I'm going to break free from all the lies that I believed throughout the years. All the lies that I believed throughout the years. I'm going to start believing some real things. I'm going to start believing I'm the head and not the tail. I'm going to start believing I'm above and not beneath. I'm going to start believing that his seed will never beg for bread. I'm going to start believing these things. Believing the real things, believing what's real, the things that don't change like the wind. So when we're talking about what are these steps that we can take to be loose from this bondage. So, okay, Juana, so you can find me on Bigo. I would love you all to go to my profile right here on YouTube. Go to my profile right here on YouTube and click the link. Click the link. It has my Bigo ID. Hi, Bray. Hey, love. Hey, beautiful. Love you. Hi, love you. Rich evening, everybody. So all you need to do is go to my profile, click, there's a link that leads you straight to Bigo Live, and it will lead you straight to me, so you can hit that link. So it's a Bigo Live app, and I will be on there tomorrow doing episode 2. I see me. Yes, I did. Yes. So this is episode 1. Tomorrow will be episode 2 on Bigo Live. You guys come join me. Please hit the link in my profile. It's super easy. Thank you, love. Yes. Thank you, Juana, for asking that. It's super easy. The link is in my profile and you'll find it there. But I'm talking about, we got 15 minutes left. I'm talking about loose from bondage, and there's 2 ways. That's why there's 2 episodes. And this first episode that we're talking about, there's 2 ways that we can be loose from bondage. And the rope that we're stuck to, just like the elephants, what rope keeps you stuck? And the first thing that we must do to be loose from bondage is only 2 steps. The first steps to be loose from bondage is find and name that rope. What is the bondage that you deal with? If for anyone that's listening, I want you to put in the comments what are different types of bondage people deal with. I just want you to just think about any type of bondage that somebody could deal with. I'll start first. What? Money, work, my addiction. Right, addiction. And that's the exact thing I just said. Hi, Bray. Money. We could be addicted to money. We could be addicted to drugs. We could be addicted to alcohol. We could be addicted to sex. We could be addicted to anything. It could be shopping. An addiction is something that you're doing repetitive to cover something. We're numbing something that we don't want to feel. Addicted to food. It's something that brings this great sensation to us. So we do not have to forget so we can forget for a moment the hardships of life. So we can forget the things that we're dealing with. So we can forget that, I didn't get the job. So we can forget that, I got to pay my bills. So we can forget that, this relationship didn't last. Oh. Addiction to people. Come on, that's serious. People can be bondage. People can be bondage. Why? Because there are actual people in their life. Okay, newsflash. There's actual people in your life that want to be bound to you. Why? Because they don't want to see you grow. Did you hear me? There are people in your life. Come on, Hybrid. There are people in your life that are bound to you. They took the handcuffs and handcuff you. Yes, Juana, society is bondage. They took the handcuff, cuffed themselves, threw the key away, and cuff you. So why did they cuff you and have their handcuff? Because they don't want you to elevate. They want you to stay down here. Stay down here with me. I'm going to be your bondage because I'm not going to allow you to grow. Society, I'm going to be your bondage because I don't want you to grow. Why? Because when we grow, we get more power. And when we grow, we can't be manipulated. And when we grow, we can't be controlled. So yeah, society. Where does this bondage come from? Come on, Gwen. Alone, loneliness can be bondage. Because we're supposed to be in a place that we come We come to a place that we love ourselves enough that there's no fear of being alone, right? There's no fear of being alone. Why? Because we know we're not. That's it. I know I can't be alone because he lives in me. I know I can't be alone because he lives in me. And his will be done. Thy will be done. When he's ready for me to be with someone, and then on top of that, why isn't it okay? Why is it not okay for us to feel lonely? Maybe it's not our time. Maybe it's we working on ourselves, right? Why does being lonely or why does being alone always go to the negative? Hybrid, I feel you, and that's what gets people in trouble. That's what gets people in trouble. The fear of being alone. So I'll be with any Joe Schmo. I'll deal with. I'm talking, and when I'm saying this, I'm thinking about myself. I'm looking back in the past. I had one of my good friends look at me and she said, "Yeah, she was talking about being single," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm single." I've been single before. She said, "You've never been single." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" "Yes, I have. Whatever. You've never been single." And I was like, "I have, because I had different relationships. Like, obviously, I had to be single to be in another relationship." And she's like, "You go in one relationship into another." And I never knew I was doing that because it's just being scared of being alone, or being not even of being scared of getting out of the normal. Didn't we just say, you want to lose yourself from bondage? Then step into a place that what? Step into a place that's going to put you in a place of a new normal. You need a new normal. This ain't working for you. Hello? Flag, red flag. It's not working. It's not working. You feel this way. You feel doubt. You feel stress. You feel all this going on because it's just not working. This normal, which is abnormal, it ain't working for you. Get a new normal. This is not working. And it's okay that it doesn't. A lot of times we attach to this abnormal life is because we don't want to accept the fact that we messed up. We don't want to accept the fact that our life isn't normal and we've been doing it for so long. Come on. I know I'm talking to somebody because I've been there 100 times. I've been there 100 times acting like everything's all good. Come on, hybrid. I'm saying that because, come on, I can't be the only one. I was all over a mess, acting like everything is fine. Y'all seen that joke where the doggy is sipping his tea, not coffee. When the dog is sipping his tea, when the dog is sipping his tea and he's saying, "Oh, it's fine, everything's fine," and the whole house is burning down. That's how we is. We in our life, everything burning down, we saying, "Oh, this is normal." No, we gotta go and step into the new normal. Step into the new norm. And that new norm is a place, don't start running. That new norm is a place that we are free from this bondage. I'm going to be free from this bondage. I don't know where my life is going to go, and that's okay. I'm going to be free from this bondage, and who knows what's going to be going on, but that's okay. Having faith enough to know that it's going to all work out. Having faith enough that it's all going to work out. It's going to work out for me. Because listen, let me be real with you. At the end of the day, why not try? How do we give tries to? It's crazy. We will not allow ourselves to take risks, but we allow people that hurt us over and over again to keep trying again on us. Who's at the end of the stick? We are. Who's on the plank? We are. And we allow other people to keep having chances on our life, but we won't even take chances on our own. You know how crazy? I mean, over and over again. We could be in relationships, and I'm talking about relationships, family relationships, parents, kids, sister, brother, cousin. We keep trying a relationship knowing how horrible it is, knowing how bad. For inconvenience, yes. Knowing how bad it is. Afraid to fall, yeah, to fail. Yeah, and we just keep going, going, going. Because you know what? You know what? This is deep. Most High gave this to me before. The reason why we always allow people to do it to us is because then we don't have to be the blame. That's something. The reason why we allow, yes, let's take the risk. That part, man. I was saying that the other day, like in the motivation, it's like you're not living if you don't risk. You're not living if you can't risk. You are living amongst the dead, honey. Because there's no choice. There's no chance. There's no action to have a reaction. There's no action effect to have the consequence. There's no way I could grow. There's no way I can learn. Then that's living amongst the dead. If somebody stops growing, what happens? Bound by fear, yes. If somebody stops growing, a plant stops growing, what happens? It's dying. It's dead. It's the same thing for us. We gotta live to take risks, love. I'm gonna get to, I didn't do all this for nothing. I didn't live this long and crazy life for nothing. I'm gonna take risks. And I'm gonna find that thing that I deserve. Because you know what? I deserve it. And I've been through hell and high water not to get it. Come on. You done run the whole marathon race and you don't want to collect your prize. That part, living amongst the dead, hybrid, that's what I'm saying. I'm alive, I feel like breathing. He gave me another day, but this just feel like, it don't feel like nothing. I don't feel anything. That's deep. I'm living, but I don't feel anything. I go through this life. I wake up, yes, bound by fear. Come on, Gwen. I wake up in the morning, and then go through the day and go through everything and the same as usual, and then go to sleep, and I don't feel nothing. It's just like going through the motions. It's nothing there. It's just I wake up and I sleep, and I wake up and I sleep, and there's nothing in between. There's no stimulation. There's no, that's what it is. We got to come to a place to live. I said to myself, I'm gonna tell you guys real. It was like a month ago or a month and a half ago, 2 months, I don't know. Maybe like a month and a half. I said to myself, come on, Juana. I said to myself, how dare I thank God for giving me another day, and I choose to waste the whole day stressing. I waste my life that's precious on stressing, literally. Worrying about being alone. I'm just giving examples, but for me it was worrying about how this is going to happen. Worry about how that's going to happen. What if this doesn't happen? What if this happens? What if that happens? What maybe do? Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do it. 24/7 brain going, monkey mind all day, 24/7 going. Talking about I have faith, and I have faith knowing that he's gonna catch me if I fall. But honey, you running the hamster wheel. You running in the hamster wheel. He can't even catch you to fall because you keep running. That's me. That was me. And I had to stop, and I said, I can't do it. Whatever happens, happens. I trust you, Lord. My brain is going to stop with these crazy notions and ideas, and then what if and what, how, and whatever. Okay, where if it does, it does, and we here. That's it. I'm coming through. That's it. It's happening. That's it. It's over. That's it. Come on. Why? Because I love him like that. He loves me like that. It's the Most High. He's my father. He's your father, kings. He's your father, queen. He is your father. Let him be. Let him be. Let him be your father. Let him be your father. Take the risk. So what I need you to do, oh my gosh, we got 1 minute. You guys got to follow me tomorrow. Go to Beagle. It's going to be episode 2 so I can finish this. You can follow the link in my profile. But today, the first step of loosing from the bondage is find and name that rope. Unmask the problem. Unmask the fears. Unmask the disbeliefs. Unmask the struggles that are in our life. 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I will be on Beagle Live for an hour, and we will finish. And we'll be dealing with the second step. The first step is find and name that rope. Find and name that chain. Whatever the bondage is for you, find and name that bondage. Yes, Hi Bray. Find and name that bondage. Thank you, Wana. I love you. Thank you, Gwen. I love you. Thank you, Hi Bray. I love you. Find and name that bondage. Confront it. Feel it. I'm going to finish talking about that, and then we're going to go into the second thing tomorrow. I love you guys, and I thank you so much for hanging out with me here on YouTube, starting my first episode that is continuing on Beagle Live tomorrow. If you do not have it, please hit the links. Thank you all. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing night. And I'm so excited to finish tomorrow. So you guys come and follow me over there tomorrow. I love you, love you, love you, love you. And for anybody that's listening to this replay, please go to the link in my profile and click Beagle Live link. You can follow me there and you can see me live. I'm live daily on the app every day, every single day. Yes, I love you, Gwen. I miss you. I love you. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Yes. Love you. Love you, Juana. All right. Bye, my loves.